Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hi, so excited. You guys are up and pumping. Great energy. Awesome.
Happy show day.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch it.
Can you believe it's here? I can't.
I
I've been
can't
waiting
do
all
it so
year.
fast. Oh my God. I'm like, it's over. Let's do it again.
I know, it's like you plan and plan and plan, and then it's over in 5 minutes.
Like 5 days ago, we were just in Paris shooting. And now today we're gonna get to watch it.
Any watch party plans?
Yeah.
Oh yes, big time. We have our little like celebration that every year all the girls and all the people that work into the show, we get together and then we watch it. We celebrate.
Awesome. Big party. I
Big
think
party.
a lot of people are, coming together and having big parties to watch the show.
Are you?
Of course.
Are you guys?
Who's
Come on, yeah.
Why do you think it's become such a phenomenon for women and people to come together and kind of congregate to watch this big spectacle every year?
I do believe that the Victoria's Secret fashion show became this part of the Christmas culture, really. And over 180 countries today will be watching the Victoria's Secret show. And also the example that we set for women is such a empower. We empower women. It's more than like 50 girls, 52,
we
51.
have 51 girls in the show, and we all come from different parts of the world, and we all have one dream, that is to be in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And all of us work really, really hard all year long to get a spot in that show.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about that? It is this big empowering moment, and women are kind of like looking up to you. What do you think it is that's so empowering about the group?
Well, to start with, the girls, we come from all over the world. The message there, it means that we embrace women no matter where you are from, how old you are, and that's the message, and your body shape, and being individuals. And during the fashion show, we have opportunity to show our own personality, who we are.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's just embracing yourself, really.
Yeah.
That's the message that we try to send out there.
It takes a lot of confidence for young women to be in lingerie in front of millions of people.
Oh, yeah.
And
I get nervous.
I get so nervous.
Do you still get nervous after all,
Yeah.
after all this time, yeah?
Yes. Oh, this year, by the way, was my number 16.
I know. Can we just
Me
give
and
Adriana
Alessandra.
a round of
Me and
applause for that
Alessandra.
16 years?
She's been there also for a few. I'm not only the only
yeah,
one
not
here.
even close to you.
Well, you
like fourth.
excuse me. You are on your way.
Okay,
Oh,
I
getting
think
there.
any
Yeah.
amount of times is super impressive and amazing, but what has changed? I mean, obviously a lot of things have changed over the past 16 times that you've been in the show, or even maybe the past 4 times. What has kind of evolved, and what are some of the things that may have stayed the same?
Oh, I remember my first fashion show was 1999, and it was just like a regular runaway. Maybe we went like for like
No Twitter, no
no
Instagram.
no social media at all. Okay, no performance like musicians like walking the runaway with us. Now we do travel the world. This year we were filming in Paris, so it's amazing. We closed this beautiful palace. I mean, I cannot explain in words. It was like the roof was all in glass and just like probably like over 100 years old.
Right.
It was so beautiful.
And as soon as you walked in the Grand Palais, you really can feel how grandiose it is, like how insanely powerful it is to be inside of that venue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you've been in New York, you were in London. How is Paris? I know the show was in Cannes many years ago, but how was the vibe different being in Paris?
Oh my God.
It was
The
amazing.
People were incredible in the audience. Our first show, everyone get off the runway and they're like, oh my God, the people there are going wild for us. It's like we're in a rock concert. For me, it was definitely one of my favorite shows I've ever been on. The energy was incredible.
And like everybody asks, like us usually, and they want to know if us, the girls, like we get along. And this year, like the energy between us, it was awesome. We were really working as a team. Everybody like enjoying our time. And
What does
I
that look
think
like when you're all kind of working together. Obviously, it's hectic. It's a huge party backstage. I went backstage for the New York one last year, and I was like, this is the most fun I've ever had backstage at any event anywhere. But what does it mean to be working together as a team and kind of like helping each other out backstage?
It does. It helps with their energy, you know, because it's not. It's the show. It's a teamwork. You know, it's not. It doesn't happen as an individual. So for us to be successful, we need to get in the mood and we work together. You know, so whoever is watching is gonna feel that energy, that positivity through us.
Right.
And we all like work together all year long, especially as angels, and we really become friends with each other. So it's like you're doing this most incredible fashion show and you're doing it among friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the
like
energy,
a family.
you could really see it.
I think a lot of people might be interested to know, I mean, obviously it's, when you're watching on television, it's a huge production, and you know, you're kind of sitting on your couch and you're comfortable and you're getting cozy, and there's a commercial break and get up and go to the bathroom. What is the difference between seeing it on television and walking it in real life?
I don't know if you guys know, but when this show, actually, we filmed two times. So there's 2 fashion shows happening
Right after
the same
one after
day.
another.
No, we have a break, like 3 hours break in between, and usually happens in the evening. And we start our day very early, and we do like a lot of media interviews because everybody wants to know how all these get together. This year we had over 200 TV crews backstage with us.
So you guys are just ready to be here, right?
And so many cameras backstage,
So many cameras.
Over 23, only like outside the runway. But you know, they put it like cameras everywhere. You don't even know where they're coming from.
Do you get used to it ever?
Yes.
I get used to
yes,
it.
right?
Yeah. I remember during the whole day, only when we went to get ready, I was like, oh, there you've been. Where have you been? I haven't seen anyone, because you're so like getting hair and makeup, and there is journalist after journalist after journalist. But that part of the day is actually what gets me pumped up for the show.
Actually, in the runway, sometimes there are camera crews like walking like on the stage with us, and you don't get to see that, but there is like cameras on the runway, a person walking with us.
And so then when you watch it tonight, you'll kind of
No, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see the cameraman. You're not going to see it, sorry.
No, but you'll get to see maybe some things that you didn't.
Yeah, maybe.
But I remember my first show, and I walked in. I'm like, what is this guy doing in front of me? He's in my shot. What is he doing? And then I got out, and it's like, oh, don't worry, that's just the guy trying to get close-ups and reactions. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you've been walking for so many years, and you know, you're both vets now, I would say. What do you remember as being some of the best advice you were each given before your first time? And on the flip side, what advice have you given maybe some of the newer models like Kendall and Gigi? I know Bella Hadid walked for the first time this year. So what have you gotten and what have you given?
I remember my first show in rehearsal. I walked the first time and get out, and Isabel Goulart came to me, and she's like, take your time. Don't rush. Because you're so nervous that you just like almost run down the runway. And she's like, you know what? This is your time. Take your time. I mean, don't get everyone laid in the back, but take your time at the front and really look at the cameras and flirt with the cameras and don't rush it. And that's the little trick I've been giving to some of my friends that walk for the first time this year.
What about you, Adriana?
Well, my first show, I don't have a lot of memories because, you know why? In 1999, I wasn't speaking English at all. So if I was like, I don't understand. No English.
So maybe you got some advice, but it just went over your head a little bit.
Like smile.
Whatever
smile.
you do, just smile. Whatever they're telling you, just smile back.
Smile back.
And what about now that you're on the flip side? What kind of advice have you been giving people?
Well, you know, again, the Victoria's Secret fashion show, they want to see individuality, and for the girls, you got to have fun. And you have to show your own personality, really. And get out there. It's nothing planned. And you just enjoy your own way. If you want to dance in the runway, dance in the runway. If you see your friends, want to say hello from there, go for it,
Okay,
basically.
how do you dance on the runway in those heels.
Wait. You may see tonight.
Oh
You
my
may
God.
see some of that tonight. You just do
You're
it
gonna
because
see-
you're having too much fun.
You're gonna see Adriana opening Secret Angel today, and your jaw is gonna drop.
What are
She
you
did it, and we were
thinking?
all backstage. We're like, what? Now that's how you open.
What do you think? What is running through your mind when you have a giant pair of wings on and you have the heels on and you have a huge audience and they're all watching you and cheering you on? What is going through your mind in that moment?
I definitely go with a don't fall. But this year, I had for the first time on my first walk down the runway, the first people I saw in the audience was my parents. And I don't know why, as soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. And I was like, the rest of the running, smile, don't cry.
Have your parents come every year?
Yeah, they just missed the first one.
Okay.
But they came every other year.
I know that I watched some videos about your journey to the runway, and I know that it was a few years that you went out for it and didn't get it, and then it was this big moment when you were brought on. Why do you think that for you, for both of you, and for so many models, getting the Victoria's Secret fashion show is like the ultimate milestone and game changer in your career?
I'll think because of her. I mean, I
Really?
remember when I was discovered, I really didn't know anything about the fashion industry, and my agents was like trying to tell me like.
I remember
really
we did the
famous-
photo shoot together.
Oh my
Where were
God, yes.
Paris? I remember.
I was like screaming inside, and I remember my agents was like, "Look at Adriana, look at Giselle," and the first thing you go on YouTube was the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then we worked together for the first time, and I was like. Like dying inside. I was like, can I take a picture?
And you've worked together on some other projects as well outside of Victoria's Secret, but what's kind of the difference between something like that and something like this?
For me, I love the brand itself. I love how the brand is representing women and the positive message that they send out there. And as being a public figure, a lot of people follow your steps. So I do think about like representing people that are positive and sending the right messages for the people in the other side. And basically also, that's one point. And also, you know, Victoria's Secret has known to use the best models, the best photographers, the best everything. So if you are an angel, you know that in your career, it's a huge step, and it's so many doors open in a career level in the world.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm not as tall as the other girls, and I've always wanted to do high fashion. I've always wanted to do.
You're tall. What are you talking about?
I think that
well, when you put it next to
pretty
her
tall.
girls,
I took a
not that
picture with
tall.
them backstage, and they're tall. They're taller
No,
than me.
but
A lot of things that going through my mind in a picture sandwiched between them.
but you know, but if it wasn't Victoria's Secret, and if it wasn't the old doors that they opened for us, I would have not walked Fashion Week last season. I would have not done 19 shows. I would have never even. They would not even get me in the door.
Right.
But because of Victoria's Secret, they know who I am, and they have a sense of who I am and what model I am, and they give me that opportunity to get at least in the door and meet them.
Absolutely. Do you remember what the first kind of like game changer for you was after you started working with the brand?
Well,
I know
when I did my first fashion show in 1999, I thought, oh my God, I never thought that I would be next to supermodels like Heidi Klum, Leticia Casta, Tyra Banks, Stephanie Seymour.
Adriana
They were all there. I'm like, oh
No,
my
right.
God, I was shaking. I remember I was so nervous. I'm still nervous this year. Nothing changed. And it was huge for me. I really was. I was like in a dream, and until today, I feel like I'm living a dream.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. You know, going back a little bit to social media, I read a stat yesterday that said combined, the Victoria's Secret Angels have 164 million Instagram followers. I have like negative 0.2% of that many Instagram followers, so I don't even understand that number at all. But you know, you have this huge reach, and you're reaching young women, and that's kind of completely changed the fashion industry. and what it means to be an influencer. I know that, Adriana, you post a lot of photos and quotes about being a strong woman and feeling strong. What does being a strong woman mean to you?
Embracing yourself and knowing who you are. And a lot of people have their own opinions, which is okay. You can hear them, but don't forget ever where you come from and who you are. And don't be afraid of taking risks. Don't be afraid to making mistakes, because we're all humans. And, you know, I come from a long line of strong women, from my grandmother and great-grandmother, so I just follow. I follow everything that that it was taught for me back in Brazil.
I know, speaking of coming back home, I know you're from Portugal, and you've spoken a little bit about not a lot of models coming from Portugal. What is it like when you, and I don't know, I mean, I watched a YouTube video of Sara like dominating a poker tournament recently. And I was like, okay, what can't you do? What is it like when you go home, and what is that energy like?
It's very interesting because we live in the U.S. I live in New York, and I can go to the street and no one really recognizes me. I might be recognized maybe two times a month, and then I go home and it's completely the opposite. I'm pretty much the only model coming out of there, and I'm constantly in the news. Everything I do, if I post a picture of my dog, it goes on like the gossip sites in Portugal. So for me, it's strange. When I go home, I don't really like, I just want to stay with my family and my brother and my close friends from there, and I don't really go out because it's like a big shock. It's a big, it's all of a sudden you're like no one, and then you go to Portugal and you feel like Madonna.
That's so interesting. And I mean, I don't think that is necessarily the case for you, Adriana. I think you're probably recognized
you know,
anywhere that you go.
It's funny actually, because, you know, usually when we work and when we have appearances, we always obviously have like hair and makeup done. But when I'm home, I'm pretty much like, I don't care. Just pick whatever I put on. Don't care about hair, makeup. So I go out and they look at you and they're like, they're not sure. They're like, is it not? It's not, but that, you look at her.
I always feel like a disappointment. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not in my lingerie and full on hair.
Oh my
God,
sorry.
I
don't think anybody would be disappointed to run into either of you on the street. What is your style, off-duty style, look like when you're not wearing, you know, giant wings and beautiful, expensive lingerie?
I'm always in sports clothes. Because, you know, always like leggings and sports brought you everything sports and flip-flops.
You don't wear the wings like around the house?
Oh, I do. Like, that's how I go. I'll go to the supermarket and I'm wearing my wings.
I know, I saw a picture of you wearing those.
Sorry. No, but I have like a very simple, I just like to be comfortable. I barely wear heels. I wear jeans, a t-shirt, a jacket, and like good go.
Yeah, especially because you guys are traveling so much. I mean, just in the past few days, you were in Paris or here. It's kind of, you're all over the place. So what, have you kind of become masters in travel style and packing and things like that?
I think I'm becoming worse with time, with packing. Oh my God. I packed for a month to Paris.
Oh really? Oh no, yes.
You
so for
overpacked.
Paris it's different. Okay? Usually I don't pack so much. Usually I always have a carry-on.
Mm-hmm. How many days were you
clothes.
Actually there?
Like 3-4 days, I think.
Like
3-4 days.
4.
I could have stayed there for like a year.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to take a lot of...
How many bags you had?
I had one, and I thought it was like a huge one. And I thought it was going to be too much. And then I started seeing girls arriving with 2-3 luggage. And I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Well, it's just so funny because you're there for 4 days, and for at least one of those days, you already know what you're going to be wearing. So
we need options.
We
We're
need
girls.
options.
We need options. A lot of shoes.
I hear you. I would need a suitcase just for shoes, probably.
I actually once got shamed on the airport. Coming back from Fashion Week, I was like gone for a month, and I had 3 big luggage, and I was going through customs, and they put me to a side. It was like, how long are you away? And I'm like, a month. A month? And you have 3 luggage? What is this luggage? Shoes. You have a luggage just for shoes? Yeah, it's Fashion Week.
Yeah, no. This is a no judgment zone, so you can have as many suitcases filled with shoes as you want with me. Thank you guys so much. I think we're going to open it up to some questions from the audience, if anybody has any.
How would you guys compare like the show being in Paris this year and also in London in previous years with like in the previous years being in the States, like the vibe and like your experiences and like the people and the crowd?
Well, the city was amazing, and the place that the show was filmed was really special. To start with, we had in the audience, we had about per show 1,000 people watching, and that's huge.
A lot.
And then the show, it runs for 45 minutes, which is not, it's very long for a fashion show, but you know what? Once you watch, it goes super fast. It feels like 10 minutes, really, literally, you see it tonight.
But I think I love Paris. It's one of my favorite cities in the whole world. I lived there for about 9 months when I first started modeling, so it's a little like special place for me. But like I was saying, the first show we taped, I've never, in 4 years, not 16, Adriana, but in 4 years, I've never felt an audience like that.
Oh, you know what? They did stand up and they were dancing. Like it was amazing. I
That
never
did not
saw
happen
that,
for me in the New York show.
They were dancing.
I was like trying. I was like grooving in my seat a little bit, but I needed a dance partner.
More than welcome. If you ever go again, just go dance and get everyone else to dance with you. We love it because we feed off that energy on the runway. So if you guys are just sitting, we're like, no, where's the applause?
If you guys just sit and don't have any, it doesn't show us anything, we're like, are we doing anything wrong?
I think we should do like a dance off in here.
Boring?
Did I have anything on my teeth? I'm like,
We're going to dance off on the way out. So everybody's going to get involved a little bit. We have another question from the audience.
Here. Hi, I want to talk to Adriana. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So I just want to say to you that as a Brazilian,
Oi.
I'm very proud of you, and it's always nice to see you and people from our country succeed and becomes a very beautiful person and represents us very well. So congratulations to you for that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And also, we have a lot of Brazilian models, in the industry, and especially in Victoria's Secret show, there are a lot of Brazilians too.
Oh, that we did actually. We were like, where is all the Brazilian girls?
You're dominating.
around. I'm like,
Like, oh, we adopt you. Come in.
So I'm just curious to know if you guys get together and have like a Brazilian night or something, and if you can share with us any interesting or funny story that if you guys get together and do something funny, crazy.
Now, like we actually everyone lives in a different city, so it's really tough for us to meet unless we are working, like we were at the show. But I have to say this, I don't know if they're gonna show on TV tonight, but we had a moment where like all the Brazilian girls were backstage together and we're just like, we were hugging each other, singing and yelling, "Viva Brazil!" like that. And then she came in. And okay, come on in. We adopt you. And then
I gotta say, the Brazilian crew backstage has the most incredible energy. Even Adriana, like everyone was like, it's her 16th show, and it's like it's her first. She has this energy, and everyone just feeds off of her energy backstage, and it's pretty incredible how even 16 years later, you still act like it's your first show.
I love it. It's from the heart. I really enjoy it. I really love it.
Another question?
Hello, my name is Michael. Nice to meet you guys. I have a friend who is who looks up to you girls, idolizes you girls as much as you possibly can idolize another human being. So she's very scared and wants to pursue a career doing this. Was there any advice that you could possibly give her that would
May I ask how
help
old
her
is your
out?
friend? Not that matters, but...
Well, she's 20 years old.
Okay.
I think that's a good age to start. Internationally, I started when I was about 19, and I could look at the industry in a way different way as some 12-year or 13-year-old girl can. I think the most important thing is get informed. Get informed who are the good agencies. Get informed how the industry works. And and know that it's not going to be easy. Not everyone gets discovered at McDonald's, and a day later are opening Chanel. Like it took me like 5 years to even do a runway show. And some girls, it takes really fast, but it's gonna take time.
And you know, it's normal. Not everyone is gonna like you. Not about personality, but look. And you cannot take that personally. That's just part of the job, and you keep going. And you know, one day someone will like you, and one day who did not like you will like you too. I tell you that.
Oh, trust me, I know.
And then you can be like, okay, now look at me now. We have time for one more question.
Hi. This question is for Adriana. I was wondering, because I do follow you on Instagram, and you do a lot of workouts, and you do live workouts. Are you ever planning on actually doing a workout DVD? And do you have any, like, you know...
Well, I have a few plans with the workout. I'm not sure how to start, though, even if like it's a DVD or maybe opening a gym that is in my own or application on the phone. But I definitely would like to share that with everyone because I'm really passionate about workouts. I don't want to keep everything for myself. I want to help.
I worked out with Adriana in Paris.
Yes, you did.
Oh my God. I was fine until we got to the abs, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat. She works out like, oh my God, that's all I can say.
Well, it's a workout. Okay, a lot of people forget. The word says workout. You're not there for rest. I mean, it's a workout. You're there for sweat. It's not a spa massage therapy. Like, hello.
That's right. I have to keep that in mind next time I have to like haul myself to the gym in the morning.
I was gonna go to the gym just to get a massage. I wish that would be so
Sometimes
much
it's
nice
nice to go in the
people,
spa.
I'm sorry, but there's sometimes people like really like reading. I'm like, how can you read at the gym?
I know, it's work.
It is work.
There you go.
You need to sweat.
We all need to sweat. I mean, I think you sweat plenty more than I do personally, but we all can
sweat
work
like
out
crazy.
and what?
I sweat like crazy.
Well, you post a lot of sweaty. The only reason I know is because you post a lot on Instagram about it.
But yeah, no one sweats like me. I tell you this. It's so weird. And I look around and I'm like, why am I the only one sweating this much?
Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
you.
If you could just remind everybody when they can watch the show and where.
Tonight, 10/9 Central on CBS. You guys gonna see us? Please watch.
Yes! Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.